Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you have any questions, you can definitely check out finding-value.com. You can see the coupon code over here if you'd like to join, and it works on both the monthly and yearly memberships. All right, let's dive in, take a look, see what is going on today. Starting with the DXY, we've got increases in yields and also increases in the DXY, or the relative strength of the dollar, heading higher, 0.4%. Longer term, kind of an interesting setup we've got going on. These bull markets are where commodities did incredibly well with a declining DXY. So bull market here, commodity bull market, commodity bull market, commodity bull market. And then we are looking for the potential of another commodity bull market in a low in the dollar, maybe somewhere in this region, late 2020s. Right now, short term, it does look like yields are going to strengthen, which could put a little bit of a support underneath the DXY in the short term. But we do have the dollar dropping, the DXY in particular here. It is coming down. Momentum's down. And then in the short term, it's a big question mark because we're starting to see yields strengthen here in the short term. So the 2-year yield's up 2.5%. Usually dollar strength and monetary, we'll say monetary strength of interest rates. So interest rates going up backs the dollar. And right now, this looks strong for interest rates to potentially break to the upside. So we're in this pattern squeezing up, and I'm looking for a potential break higher. That going on there. A lot of people are talking about a decline in interest rates. That means that someone's going to have to come in here and reverse this uptrend, and it's going to take a lot of money. It's going to take a lot of buying of bonds to reverse this, and that would be seen as dollar weakness if they were to get in there, start buying bonds up. But right now, yields across the board look like they want to go higher, and that's been my key trait here. Is that we could see continued strength in yields to the upside. We have patterns that are broken all to the upside, and those patterns still look good to go higher, not lower. We've got downward facing patterns, large up candlesticks with small down candlesticks. The patterns and the traits that I look for in the charts all suggest higher yields. The 30-year is also up 1.14% today, and that looks like it's trying to break higher, not lower. So I understand what the narrative is out there about yields and 1% and how Trump is going to elect somebody into the Federal Reserve where they're going to lower interest rates. But that's not how the markets are setting up. To me, they still look like they're trying to go higher, at least here in the short term. Bond prices are down 0.72%. And again, this is an inverted flag pattern that generally results lower. So bond prices lower is higher yields. The 2 and the 10-year, we are up 0.98%. Now, why does this matter? Well, this is your yield curve of the 2 and 10. We have a falling wedge here, this 1, 2, 3 falling wedge. I'm looking for a break higher. That's what the pattern is suggesting. We're seeing yields go up. Usually during recessions, we see yields drop, and this drops like a rock. But we're not seeing that. We're not physically seeing that in the markets, and this is starting to break this downtrend line here. It's starting to break to the upside, suggesting that yields could re-invert. More inflation expectations, perhaps. This would throw a lot of people off guard because there are a lot of people in the YouTube space that are calling for a slowdown, a recession, and that's just not what I'm seeing in yields going up. Well, I guess you could have a slowdown that's inflationary. That is a possibility, but it's just very rare in history to see that in terms of number of years exhibiting stagflation. But this looks good to reinvert. We've got TYX TNX ratio that's down a little bit, down 0.5%. That's inversion this way. I've got that the same direction as the way that I think gold could go. But that's pulling on back. That's a headwind for gold. With rates going up, the dollar going up, and this dropping, those are all headwinds. It's a wind at your face for gold. So gold's down a little bit, $20 an ounce. But again, we are still in this beautiful pattern that is squeezing into resistance. Those generally break higher. And I'm still in that camp until we break through some of these uptrend lines. And even so, even if we only break like this, I'm still in the up camp. I got to see follow through. I got to see this actually break because I think we are entering a period where we see gold, silver, platinum, palladium, all these different metals do extraordinarily well with an increasing interest rate environment because bonds are going to get slaughtered. Bonds are going to be the worst spot to be. Stocks or equities, depending on how high yields go, they could also feel pressure, a nice, strong, stiff headwind in the future if rates continue up. Silver's up about 1%. This thing is locked, loaded, ready to go. It is going to continue to float higher. I think silver, with this chart and the way that it looks, this is logarithmic on the big long term. This is a cup and a handle. Now, the pattern isn't as, it's not that important. What's important is we have resistance here and we are hitting up against resistance. When we break this resistance and we get through it, guys, we're going to fly. I mean, we're going to fly. So I'm not too concerned what happens here. Even if we were to chop sideways for months, it doesn't matter to me. What's coming and the release of this pressure when you get through resistance, it's going to be epic. And we've got the confluence of copper, silver, gold's already broken out. I mean, this thing is basically about as well aligned as you can get. Platinum's down 3.26%, but again, I think we're going higher, probably much higher. This move here will be what transpires over the next, say, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, whatever time frame it takes or does it in. So that looks good. Palladium's down a little bit, but again, here's the fractal. If you guys want to see fractals, right? This fractal has a falling wedge into a double bottom. That was back in 2005. I actually purchased palladium in 05, and then I bought it again in 09 when it got hit and it started coming back up. I held it all the way to the peak up here. Well, I held it till 2020, and that's when the ratio had peaked against platinum, and I swapped it into platinum. But this still looks really good, and it's bottoming, falling wedge into a double bottom, and it's going to break through this double bottom here. It looks fantastic. We're playing this part of the website, and we've got some ideas around this as well that we're playing. I would say it's a little bit kind of too late to be jumping in. Well, it's not too late, but it's kind of late in the later stages of good entry point for these particular metals as they continue to go up. The equities have gone up multi-hundreds of percents already. XAU to gold ratio is up about 1.5%. That's where mining companies are outperforming gold. And again, guys, this is a very rare opportunity to be invested in some of this. Some of the equities have come off their bottoms quite a bit, hundreds of percents. We were buying them in 2023, 24, kind of selectively choosing the ones that were bottomed out. Now, there are some opportunities that are still out there for some speculative investments that haven't run yet. Very well positioned, and I think we could see some big moves. Now, patience is required because some of them have come off the bottom quite a lot. Others have continued to squeeze up into patterns. But this potential here for revaluation of gold and silver mining companies against gold is a very big runway. It's a once or twice in a person's lifetime that this happens, um, for the valuation to get so out of whack. GDX is up 0.45%. Again, this still looks good to go higher. No, I see no problems here. GDXJ, no problems, higher. SOLJ, no problems. We're starting to break out of this pattern to the upside, higher, higher, and more higher. When silver does run, you're going to see SOLJ. It's going to be like massive moves, 8%, 10% up days. We're not there yet because silver that backs it isn't running yet. We're at that 45-year resistance level. And when that thing breaks, this is gonna, I think this is gonna do incredibly well. Crude oil is down 0.74%. A lot of the times when you get a big up day beforehand, you get a small little bloody nose. That's what we got today. It still looks good to try to work its way on up. I think crude oil positioned to where it is in relationship to gold, heck of an opportunity. TTF gas sideways today, up 0.3%, but again, still looks good. We're putting in, I think, a big bottom, kind of a big bottom through here. Is what we're going through. Natural gas in America down slightly. I still think this could go lower in the short term. This is an upward facing pattern, and whenever you come down like this and face upward, it's an inverted flag pattern, and then we could come back maybe to 250 or something like that in the short term. If you notice on the website, we haven't really been talking much about natural gas companies. This is the reason why. It's the setup directly related to natural gas. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, down slightly today. And I'm looking for a potential move higher here with time. Maybe natural gas needs to cycle down as crude oil cycles up. And then the drilling companies and some of the exploration production companies could lag a little bit. We could chop sideways here for a little bit longer, and then in 2026 really start to hit it. OIH also down slightly. Um, there we are. It still looks okay. We're above support, and yeah, we just need to get stronger oil and gas prices. They're incredibly, ludicrously cheap right now. Newcastle coal futures are down 1.5%. That looks good to go higher with time, probably with natural gas. Sproffisk Uranium Trust getting a little bit of selling pressure. So we are going to get a retest move here, it looks like. We've got the falling flag pattern here to the downside there. That's a bullish formation that we've broken out of. And we're getting a little bit of selling pressure here. Watch the equities move sideways during this weakness in maybe the physical market. And then when it turns and comes back up, watch for the equities to explode. That's something to look for. Uranium futures pricing is going sideways. And again, this is just a small little consolidation. I think we'll continue higher. URA and the equities were up a little bit, 0.27. We've broken through a lot of this resistance. This is the resistance through here. We're sitting on top. This is very, very good. Uranium down a little bit. And again, guys, when the price gets going again, it's going to fly. We're in a chopping sideways consolidation just because the physical price is pulling back a little bit or going sideways. And then URNJ is right up against resistance. Look for a big breakout candlestick coming at any second. We need uranium, the physical price, I think, to turn higher. And then this thing's going to fly. It will be in the fly zone. Nickel's still getting some pressure. I'm surprised at how long this has lasted, but it is still chopping sideways. Eventually, you'll know when this breaks when we get a big green candlestick. But we haven't gotten that yet. Copper's down 1%. This thing is still barely holding on. This is going to be a launch fest very soon, where we get out of this entire, we'll call it, area where we're a little bit caught up in some mud, and then it will be fly. That's coming soon. COPX, that's also sitting on top of the pattern, and I think we are going to fly. For copper, COPX, the mining companies. That'll move very similar with copper, the underlying commodity. Silver is going to do the same thing. Silver and copper, I think, are going to run They could run together with a weaker dollar. Lithium's up 2%. This looks fantastic. We're breaking through a lot of resistance. So the resistance trend line coming down here. We've got a double bottom that's formed, and I think we're going to get up to probably $48. We could get there pretty quick, depending on how this thing wants to get up there. REMX is another one that's breaking a downtrend line. It's doing a double bottom with a slingshot. So it came down a little bit more than this, and then it's going to slingshot its way on up and get moving. So that also looks pretty good. We've got iron ore. Nice candlestick on the weekly here. This looks good to try to work its way on up. This could be the beginning of the beginnings of a very big move. So that looks good. Aluminum still underneath its resistance. When that pops through that resistance, much like everything else, we're going to see a big breakout. But we're still underneath resistance at this time. We've got Baltic Dry Index down 1%, doing a retest. That'll eventually work its way on up, and I think it'll do that with the base metals moving higher, that it ships, iron ore in particular, and coal. Emerging markets, working its way on up, 0.62%. This is looking good, very good. And I think this is the beginning of what will be a very, 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 very big move. Usually it consolidates during the low inflation rate period of America and dollar strength. Now we are exiting that period, and we're going to see a very big move in emerging markets and a variety of different emerging markets. Moo down slightly, but again, we're in an uptrend. It looks fantastic. Go, 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 moo. Moo, moo. KRE's up 1.15. That looks good to go higher. We've got XHB down 1%. We could get a return move here back to support on the retest, and then I think we will head higher. I know it goes against everyone else, and they're all calling for the housing market, real estate market to crash. I don't know. I don't think so. Russell 2000's up 1%. That's cruising. We've got S&P up 0.83%, new all-time highs. NASDAQ's up 1%, new all-time highs. That's rocketing higher. Dow Jones Transportation Index, we are coming to a little bit of resistance through here. At some point, we'll see if we can punch through or if we roll over. XLI, the industrials, also at all-time highs. That's cruising higher. We've got Bitcoin up 0.34% on top of support. That's ready to cruise and make a move higher. Ethereum's up 0.26. We're back within this channel, but it's still within the channel, firmly within the channel. And we do have some positive developments here in terms of big green candlestick, small selling pressure. So I do think this could work its way on up. MicroStrategy's up 0.57. That's broken out of a falling wedge. Looks good. And then, or I should say a flag pattern, falling flag pattern. And then the VIX is down 1.56%. Not really doing much there. It is under control at this moment. But that's what I've got for today, guys. So give me a thumb up for the content. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you'd like. Special is the coupon code. We did a weekend meeting this weekend. It's all uploaded to the website if you guys want to view it. And that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.